is my audience. Hello, my name is Jeremy, and today I'll be speaking about the importance of preconception health before having a baby. Studies have shown the benefits and life-saving results of preconception care. According to the Office of Women's Health, women with unplanned pregnancy have a greater risk for premature births and babies with low birth weight. With many pregnancies in the U.S. being unplanned and the lack of vitamins in human history, the role of the prenatal vitamin is largely disregarded and seen as unnecessary. Pregnancies are seen as a natural occurrence that needs no intervention beforehand, but with advancements in medicine, miscarriages and baby mortalities have decreased exponentially. In a study done on the significance of preconception care in women, babies born from unplanned pregnancy were 3.49 times more likely to be born premature. The study also suggested that it may have to do with a mother's feelings on the pregnancy. Since it is unplanned, it is expected that they subconsciously or consciously neglected their health. Specifically, the question is, what should be done in the time before conception to benefit the baby to the fullest capacity? This time is crucial to the development of the fetus. But when is the best time, and what should be done before conception to benefit a baby? Specifically, the first 2 to 3 months before conception are the most important and crucial moments to build a surplus of vitamins. During pregnancy, the baby needs a lot of nutrients, and before that, there needs to be a surplus for the baby to be able to use enough of it without being deficient in it itself. In the first 2 to 4 months, a baby is developing its brain and spine, some of the most important components of the human experience, as we think and use our spine for senses. And the first 2 months is crucial to the development of a fetus, as it's going to be using a lot of important nutrients to build the foundation of its existence. Folic acid is a vitamin and serves as a direct link to the reduction in severe defects known as spina bifida and anencephaly. Many think that getting folic acid through foods is enough. However, it isn't always guaranteed that you will be getting enough nutrients from foods alone. And because of this, the government reformed cereals and foods because of the lack of folic acid intake in the American diet. In 1992, the U.S. Public Health Services began health reforms by encouraging women in childbearing years to consume more folic acid through fortified diets, meaning things that were, or foods that were made to have more folic acid than they naturally had, were pumped full of this sort of nutrients. They were also encouraged to take supplemental vitamins and improve their dietary habits. This would result in a 26% decrease in both spina bifida and anencephaly. These two different defects affect the baby differently, but both have a very serious and detrimental impact on them. Spina bifida specifically is an abnormality in the spine where an excess of nerve or a clump of nerves are growing abnormality attached to the spine, whether it's at the top of the spine, middle, or the bottom. It usually grows as like a big clump on the outside. And this can cause a lot of problems or immobility in the worst cases, or can cause low senses or a low level of sense in the legs, as well as some learning disabilities, but those are not always guaranteed. Those are usually seen in more severe cases of spina bifida. However, anencephaly, a very detrimental defect, is a underdeveloped brain and an underdeveloped skull as well. So a baby will be born perhaps maybe for 2 hours or a couple days at most before it actually succumbs to its defect and passes away. Usually spina bifida can be treated, but it is not guaranteed that the person will be able, or the baby will be able, to walk or do things by themselves. It all is on the spectrum of how severe the case is, except for anencephaly, where of course it is terminal. And while these vitamins play a very serious role in improving and predicting a healthy future for a baby, it is not the only thing that can it is not the only thing that will guarantee a healthy pregnancy. And while a simple vitamin can have very important benefits to a baby's health, a mother's weight can also have an impact on the future weight of their baby and future health problems that they may face later on in life as well. A mother's weight before conception is an indicator of the likelihood of obesity in a child's lifetime through adulthood. While it's true eating healthier benefits a baby during a pregnancy, preconception weight has an indication of the baby's health risks it may face in the future. Because of lack of information on health and nutrition, parents often think that their health has nothing to do with their baby's health. If a mother is overweight or obese before pregnancy, losing weight during a pregnancy will be harder, as it's normal to gain weight during the pregnancy and harder to regulate without decreasing the amount of nutrients a baby has to work with. In a study by Zafar Janjua, overweight women were 2.30 times more likely to have obese children in the future. Obese mothers were 2.53 times more likely to have obese children than mothers with normal BMIs. This showed that mothers who experienced obesity or overweight problems had children who would later on have obesity themselves through their childhood and through their adulthood. While it doesn't sound like it definitely is hereditary, it isn't a good indicator of regulating your health, because it requires a lot of discipline, it requires a lot of effort to do, and it's not something you can do within a 9 month span of a pregnancy. Our medical history and our familial medical history is always considered when going through traumatic changes and surgeries. The simple deficiency in a vitamin and simple struggle with a weight problem before pregnancy can have dreadful complications and can predict the health of future generations throughout their lives. Improving one's health can benefit babies by reducing the risks in generational defects and health problems. With unplanned pregnancies and the struggle with obesity, women who have the ability to have children and practice unsafe sex owe it to the future generations to take care of themselves, as it has greater implications past their own existence. In the following speech, I covered the importance of the time before conception of optimizing health for mothers. This is contrary to the belief that the precautions are unnecessary. Furthermore, we discussed the implications of vitamins. In the following speech, I covered the importance of the time before conception for optimizing the health of mothers. This is contrary to the belief that no precautions are necessary. Furthermore, we also discussed the implications of vitamin deficiencies and the stigma associated with them. While foods with folic acid can be enough, most Americans do not pay attention to their vitamin intake or supplements. Also, the misinformation about how parents' health relates to the health of their offspring later in life has been studied to disprove or further inform the public, as we've covered in this speech. It comes without saying that the consequences of our present don't only affect the current population, but also affect the future generations as well. I hope this speech serves people who want to have children as a lesson in loving themselves and their bodies for the children they will soon learn to love even more. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.